Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Go Shop Away process video for you. And today I'm going to be using the really lovely Vicki Boutin print shop collection, which has arrived in the shop. And I was really inspired by the pattern paper that you can see me fussy cutting at the moment. There's so many possibilities with this paper, and it really took me a while to decide how I was going to use some of it, but I really like the idea of cutting out some chevron shapes from it. Because of the repetitive triangular pattern, I mean, you could cut lots of different shapes out of it, but I decided that it would work perfectly to cut some chevrons. So I am fussy cutting out 5 chevrons here and just placing them around this square photograph I've got of myself and my dog Snowy. Well, it's mainly her, but she's given me a cheeky kiss on a walk from quite a few years ago now. Oh, excuse my cat as well, popping in on the top of the screen there to help me out. He likes helping me craft as well every now and again. And so that, with the chevrons and the square photo in the middle, formed the main basis for my layout here. And then the idea was to embellish it with some of the beautiful florals. Now, I have used quite a lot of the floral ephemera already on some previous layouts, so I didn't have too many of those bits left. So I am fussy cutting some of the florals out of the flourish paper. I love the real vivid rich tones that there are in this collection of the florals. I think they're really beautiful. So I really wanted to use some of those just to decorate around the edges of those 3 chevron sections to create 3 separate embellishment clusters. So just tucking a few bits behind some of the chevrons as well. It really doesn't matter if you haven't got all of those florals, because I'm tucking them underneath and over the top of them without trying to hide the chevron shape too much itself. Now, thinking about a title for my page, and I thought Hey Friend would go perfectly, because Snowy is definitely my little buddy when it comes to going on fun walks together, and that's one of her favourite pastimes. So I've cut out my title there, Hey Friend, which is from the Perfect Day Phrase and Accent Puffy Thicker patch. Now, a little tip that I use when I'm using these stickers, I'm never quite sure of the placement of them, and I never want to sort of commit myself to where everything is going on my layout too quickly. I do like to sort of fiddle around quite a lot on my layouts. So I've just kept them on their backing, the clear backing, and cut them up, and then that allows me to move those around the page quite freely until I've definitely decided that's where I'm going to stick them. So I needed to create a background for my layout just so that it sort of grounds it with it, so it's not floating around, and I've decided to create one with some stamps. So I'm using some black stays on ink here, and that's perfect when adding mixed media to your layouts because it is waterproof, so it won't run. And I'm using a selection of stamps from my own collection. Some of them are from like an old Amy Tangerine stamp set, and others I'm not sure, that I've just got off the internet. Like generic ones with the phrases like me and you. And I also had a really super cute little paddy paw stamp as well, so I'm adding that on too. So you'll have noticed that before I started the stamping, I just took a pencil and just have drawn faint marks around the edges of where those embellishment clusters are and the photo. And then that gives me a guideline from where to work from for adding those stamps. So you can see that that's why they're in specific areas there. And then I'm using an old Amy Tangerine watercolour set that we actually got in the Go Getaway kit from our June retreat last year. Super gorgeous, and I'm going to use the paint but with a packaging technique. Now, I haven't used mixed media paper there, so I'm being very careful about the amount of water that I add to those paints to activate them, just to keep the warping of my background cardstock to a minimum. And I'm just mixing a few of the different blue colours together and literally just kissing the page gently with an old piece of packaging. And I thought the blue would go really, really nicely there with the paper that I used for the chevrons. I just thought it helped tie it all together. And also because it's an outside photograph, I thought the blue went quite nicely to give the impression of the sky as well. So I've waited for that to dry off camera because that took quite a while. And now I'm just placing everything back onto the cardstock there in position just to make sure that I'm happy with where things are. I did remove that blue flower from that top cluster there because I decided it was going to fill it up too much, and I really wanted the Hey Friend Puffy thickers to stand out for my title. And I'm just backing my photograph there with some of the yellow paper in that kit and distressing around the edges, and I'm going to raise that up on some foam pads. Now, I normally have a white border around my photographs when I print them, but I was running out of photo paper, so it ended up cutting my face off the photograph, and I really didn't do a great job of printing my photo, but I've managed to work around it. And actually I quite like the square photo in the centre there and the fact that you can't really see me too much. I was pulling the funniest of faces because she was giving me cheeky kisses, but yeah, bless her, I adore her. And yeah, it was a nice walk, and I really like this photograph of her. It just shows that all the love that she feels when she goes out on her walks with me, and we have quite a special bond, Snowy and I, so it's quite nice. So I'm happy with the placement of everything now. So I am beginning to stick things down, and I have skipped through that quite quickly. Some of the chevrons are layered on foam pads to add some dimension, and some are flat. Now I'm adding to those embellishment clusters on my page, and I'm using some of the chipboard phrase stickers, so that gorgeous captured there. And I wanted to try and balance the black from that top right hand corner with that tag, so I'm going to balance it on the bottom cluster with another little chipboard sticker. Adding a few of the floral stickers from the sticker book, and also a little camera and some more phrases as well. The phrases in this collection in the puffy sticker set are just absolutely gorgeous. You have like this day. I also had loving this, moments, really, really nice. And then from the sticker pack as well, there's a whole sheet full of phrases which are super cute. So I've added some of those onto my layout as well. Some of them made me chuckle. I thought that was perfect to add to my page, so I'm going to add that on in a short while as well, because her giving me kisses did make me giggle as well, which she enjoyed, and that just made her even more excited for even more kisses. So it definitely made me chuckle, and it is definitely a favourite memory. Absolutely, it just makes me smile. So there we go. So I've just added that black chipboard sticker down that bottom embellishment cluster as well to try and balance the page a bit more. And I'm now also adding some of the beautiful metallic gold finished hearts from the Puffy Thickers set, because I thought they just tied in really nicely. One, with my background stamping because I got hearts on that, but also because it was such a lovely moment, and it still makes me smile. So last few finishing touches now, sticking a few more bits down. My title is stuck down. Adding a few more hearts and those phrase stickers that I was telling you about earlier. And I think that's what's lovely about this collection. Vicki Boutin's ephemera are always quite large scale, but then all the little stickers and that tie in perfectly with it for all your little finishing touches, and they're just really, really versatile. And I think this collection's been versatile for, for lots of different occasions, for being outside, for capturing those special moments. The paper that I used to cut the chevrons out is actually, I felt it had quite a nautical feel to it as well, so it would be perfect for like seaside photos as well. So endless possibilities with this collection here. So I'm adding a few white acrylic paint splatters to finish my layout off, and I will also add my journaling onto that bottom right hand side there underneath my title in that area of white space that I've got. So thank you so much for joining me for my first Go Shop Away process video. I will be back to share more with you over the coming months. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and this collection is in the shop now. Happy scrapping, everyone. Bye.